What is up, PokeMoshPit? WileChase here again, bringing you another battle in Before Hate, just because it's WileChase and not because of the video itself. But this is actually a really fucking awesome battle I had with Sucker4Jessica, aka Kashif, so let's just get into it. So he leads off with Latios, I lead off with Swampert. I know I don't want to take a Draco Meteor. I know my Zapdos can at least take one, maybe take two, so I want to at least go out to that, take one, and then I can play from there. But he actually goes out to a Fortress on the double switch, predicting me to predict the Draco Meteor. So I go for the Discharge, knowing he'll want to switch out and not want to take a Heat Wave. I was hoping he'd go out to Latios so I could get some power off, but he went out to a T-Tar. Knew my safest option would be go back to Swampert, so I do, but he does predict that, goes right out to Latios. Here, I'm kind of thinking I might be able to take a Draco Meteor, more of just a hope, because I want to get my rocks up, and I know there's probably not going to be much more opportune moments, since I know how Kashif likes to play, and he's just as offensive as me, so I gotta make sure I take any initiative I can get. So I do get my rocks up, but I do lose my Swampert in the process, which does kind of suck. But I can bring in my Ape here, go for the U-turn, since I know he can't take me out with anything. I can at least get that switch advantage off. He went out to a Gliscor, went out to Marincurusu with the U-turn, does have the Poison Heal, and he's like Poison Heal stalling. So I went for the Focus Blast a couple times, thinking he'd want to go out to Tyranitar, and I missed both times because the first time he protected. And then the second time I missed. So, you know, here I probably should have gone for another Focus Blast, because it was kind of obvious that he was baiting me. But, you know, I took the bait, went for Psychic, so stupid WileChase. But that's what happens. But, luckily, I knew he was going to Pursuit no matter what, so I just decided to straight switch, go to Lucario, so that way I can hit whatever he wants to bring in, because I know for a fact he wants to switch, so I do get that free switch. Goes into Burungeru on my Shadow Ball, and I knew it could basically hit anything. Do easily 2 KO him, so that is very nice, and that is a dead Burungeru. So he brings out Latios. I know he's not going to Draco, so any move he's going to go for, I know my Zapdos can take, so I'm just going to go into that. He goes for the Surf, doesn't do that much, so I will just be able to roost off all the damage, and he's going to go out into his Blissey on my Roost, you know, because Blissey likes to go into special attackers. So I get full HP. Awesome. So that means really nothing at this point. I'm just trying to find shit to say. So here I go for the Toxic, knowing Blissey won't appreciate that, and it will force him to switch eventually, so I can get some initiative going. Plus, I want to scout him, see what he has. He goes right for the Seismic Toss, so I don't think he has any status moves that he's going to show me right now. At least that's the hope, so I'm going to go straight out to Ape, knowing he's probably either going to switch or he's going to want to go for another Seismic Toss. He does switch out to Gliscor, and now I decide to play a little bit of prediction game. I'm thinking he's going to want to predict my switch back out to Zapdos or some type of flyer, so I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz right here. Does well over half, which is really awesome, and he goes for the Swords Dance, predicting me to switch out, which is really nice, because that meant I got that Flare Blitz off, and I got to keep my Ape. So I'm just going to go for another Flare Blitz. Don't really care what he wants to do, because I basically scare him out, and as you see what I did to that Tyranitar, it's an easy 2 KO at what he's at, so I would have hit anything, and I didn't want to take any initiative of him predicting my switch out, and I just wanted to hit him right there. So I take out his Tyranitar, awesome for me. So here he's going to go out to his Latios. Again, I really don't have anything to directly take on a Latios, so I just go back out to my Zapdos. Excuse me, but he actually goes for Psychic, which is kind of weird. You don't really see it that much, but it is Kashif, and he's one of those players that plays standard, but he just mixes it up a little bit, but not too obscurely. So I go into my Garchomp. I know he's going to switch. There's no doubt in my mind he was going to go out to Fortress, because the risk of Outrage was just too great for him to go to anything else, so Fire Blast was the safest option there. Took his Fortress right out, but here I make a dumb play, staying in, thinking that Garchomp wouldn't be any use, but actually I will need Garchomp to win. But I went for Fire Blast. He missed Draco Meteor because of Sand Veil, which brings it down to either 72% or 68%. I don't remember which one it is. So that does save my Garchomp, which is awesome for me, because then I got Garchomp. So I just bring in Lucario like I should have against the Latios in the first place, let it die, and then Garchomp can just Outrage and kill the almost kill the Blissey, actually. It barely lives, but because of the Sandstorm that he set up, so essentially it's his fault that his Latios and his Blissey died. I'm just kidding. But, so yeah, he goes into Gliscor, protects just to force confusion, also for him to get heal off. So I just went for Outrage. Almost brings him down, which really blows, because, I mean, it would have been nice if I could have taken him out with Garchomp, but wasn't able to. I don't die from Confusion, and at this point I really want Ape to get in, so I'm hoping I get Confusion this turn. And luckily, you don't hear that often, but luckily I get the Confusion. You know, you wouldn't expect to hear that from most people, but just gonna bring Ape right in. Doesn't matter if I die from Recoil, because, you know, it'd be a tie, but I luckily take him out, I luckily live. So that was a great fucking game, Kashif. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, check out my channel, check out Kashif's channel, blah blah blah. So rate, comment, sub, like, all that awesome stuff, and we'll see you guys later.